Hey, this is Chan for DifferenceInSkill, bringing you a Cards for Talk video. So this time I'll be looking at Demonic Lord Invasion. This will be the set 4 for English, I believe, and this is our set 3 for Japanese. So in this set, the new Pale Moon and Dimensional Police clans are introduced. Tachikaze, Pale Moon, Dark Irregulars are possible to make now. There's a lot of neat new cards in this set, a lot of good triple Rs in this set. So first I'll start off with Still Vampire. Now Still Vampire is a Dark Irregular. His ability is to Soul Blast, and his Soul Blast is you take 8 soul out of your soul, of course, and then you flip over 5 Counter Blast, so it's a Mega Blast. And then his ability is very unique and it's very powerful. His ability is choose one of your opponent's rear guards and move it to your opponent's Vanguard circle. At the start of that turn's end phase, your opponent chooses one from their soul and ride it. Now this card, for one, Dark Irregulars, 8 souls, easy peasy. Like, you'll get 8 soul every single game, no problem. And his ability is not an on-hit ability, which makes it one of the stronger Mega Blasts in this game. So definitely good card, but in my Dark Irregulars, I tend to not really rely on his ability because I rely on this guy. This is Amon the Hell Marquise, and his ability is during your turn, so my turn, if you're playing Dark Irregulars, you gain plus 1,000 for each Dark Irregular in your soul. Now, yes, that sounds pretty strong. Say you have 7 cards in your soul, he has 17k on your turn. Boosted by an 8k, he attacks for 25. Of course, this can have no limit. You can have your whole deck in there, and you can have 50 million power if you have 50 million cards, which you can't. But you get the picture. So his power is actually limitless, but it is only limited to Dark Irregular, so boo-hoo. So he has a Counterblast. Counterblast 1, move one of your Dark Irregulars rear guards into your soul, so he eats Dark Irregular basically, like one of your rear guards. Then your opponent sacrifices one of their own rear guards. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. You get to put it into your soul, and he gets to choose one of his rear guards and puts it into the graveyard. Now there's some pretty crazy art for Amon, but aside from that, this card, very, very good. A lot of people say this card is broken. Oh my god, this card, they let Bark Gall in. Like, a lot of comments down here. Let's see. Anywho, over here, most extreme OP card ever. There's this one other person that I think is really bad. I hope they did not ban this card. I hope they don't ban this card either, because I don't think they'll ever ban this card. And yeah. Okay, see, Barkle gets banned, yet they let this monster loose. Well, not banned, but Dark Irregulars are taking over. Hell yeah, I agree with you. Now, for these people, big shoutouts to them for being smart. How many Dark Irregulars are actually top tier? None of them, because Dark Irregulars is a low tier deck. This is even more OP than Soul Savior Dragon. Now this person deserves a shout out, because what's stronger than Soul Savior Dragon's effect? Nothing. Yeah. So, this is, to get back on topic, this is Hell Marquise Amon, one of my favorite Dark Irregulars. And we'll go to the next card. So this is Nightmare Doll Alice. She's from Pale Moon, and what Pale Moon does is they do some circus magic to attack and trade out from their soul, similar to Spike Brothers, except all their attacks have to hit in order to do so. Now, I will talk about her, and I think she's really pretty. So she's a 10k. Her ability is, when she hits, when she hits anything, you can Counterblast 1, put her back to your soul, my bad, and then you can call one unit out of your soul that is not Nightmare Doll Alice. So basically, if you hit, you can change it out for a different card. Simple enough, very good card. Now, this is one of the worst triple rares in the set, Ravenous Dragon Giga Rex. Tachikaze, the dinosaur deck. compared to all the other things, he's pretty subpar. When a rearguard has retired this turn, plus 1,000. Basically, when your rearguards got retired this turn, plus 1,000. So it's kind of does not give him too much of a spotlight. Now this next card, a card that we all know and love, the Lord and Savior himself, the Swordsman of Exploding Flames, Palamedes. And this card, it's a little broken. Heroes gather. The battlefield gets surrounded by combustion. Anywho, when this unit attacks and you have 2 or more grade 3 Royal Paladin, Vanguard, and rear guards, for that battle this unit gains plus 3,000 power. Now for any of you who doesn't understand, he is a level 3, and if you rode anything else, if you play him in the rear guard zone and you attack, you have 1 level 3, and then your Vanguard, so you have 2 level 3s. So now you can see how he has an unconditional plus 3,000 power. The only way he doesn't have that power is if you rode him. Yeah. Or else every time he attacks, he'll be plus 3,000 power. Now this card is one of the most broken cards in the game right now, just because of the unconditional power boost of 3,000. I think this picture's messed up, because, no, actually no, I think that's a shin guard. And yeah, so very good card. Definitely one of the hottest picks of the set. Now, the second hottest, another hot pick of this set is Full Moon Goddess Tsukiyomi. So, yeah, very good card. She has a ride chain, so you need Crescent Moon, Half Moon, and Godhawk Ichibyoshi in your Vanguard zone, or else it loses 2k. So it'll be 9k, but if not, it'll be 11k. Now, her ability allows you to draw 2 cards when you have 6 or more Oracle Think Tanks in your soul, and then put 1 from your hand to your soul. So you draw 2 cards, and then you put away from 1 card from your hand back into your soul. So it's plus 1, counterblast 2, very, very good ability. But what really shines about this deck is that each time one of these ride chains occurs, so at your ride phase, if you have level 2 Half Moon Goddess, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck for a Full Moon Goddess, then put it back to the bottom of your deck at any way you can, any way you want. So you can stack all your triggers together, and this is how mainly the Japanese meta is played. So you stack all the triggers together, and then you basically stall out for 15 turns, and then now you remember the location of all those triggers that you put down at your bottom of your deck. Now, basically, with this, you can guarantee that you can twin drive 2 triggers to get over someone's shield. Or play a Silent Tom and say all the power to Silent Tom, all the effects to Silent Tom, and then have a heyday on them. So, this deck, very, very popular. A lot of people like it. Very expensive cards, these 3. All at least 25 to 30, or $20 to $30 each. Pretty expensive for Vanguard, but I know a lot of other games have a lot more expensive cards. Now, this is our last subpar triple R, Divine Ultimate Life Form Cosmo Lord. Tap 1 Nova Grappler, gain 3k. He's really subpar, so I'm just gonna pass right by him. So sorry, dude, no spotlight for you. Now, this next card, Super Dimensional Robo Daiusha. Now, he's a Gundam, so he has to be good. When this card attacks, and before your twin drive and before your boost, if he had 14,000 power or higher, for that battle, this unit gains +1 critical. So in this deck, basically, Dimensional Police, you have cards that'll support your other cards. There's a rear guard. I'll probably go look for it later. Should I look for it now? Yeah, I'll look for it now. Ill prepared for the win. And if you guys can hear something, that's probably because my headphones are around my neck and people are on Skype talking to me. Okay, so let's see. Where are you? Dimensional Police. Mass Police Garender. There we go. Classic example. Mass Police Garenda. Also known as Kamen Rider Dude. Okay, so his ability is when this unit attacks and you have Dimensional Police Vanguard, during this turn your Vanguard gains plus 2k power. So just by attacking with him, you give Daiusha here plus 2k power. Now if you have 2 of these, you both attack with those, and then he gains plus 14k even before he started to attack. Now when you declare the attack, he gains plus 1 crit because he started at 14. Now this deck is all based around that, So there's a lot of new cards that aren't out yet for set 3 that can boost a lot of these powers up. And he's, I think Dimensional Police, really good deck. It's kind of like Majesty Lord, except I'd say a bit more fair. But they also have a lot of better tools than Majesty Lord decks. But definitely Majesty Lord deck is a lot better because it is newer and power creep happens. So yeah, Dayusha, Grander, big shoutouts to you guys. Good cards. Now you have a new card, Dual Axe Dragon. A lot of people say this card is like Palamedes, but this card says when this unit attacks and your opponent has 2 or less rear guards, it gains plus 3k. Now that's nothing near this card. This card gives you an unconditional plus 3,000. Well, this card gives you a plus 3,000 when they have 2 or less rear guards, which means they have 2 other cards on their field. That is highly unlikely. And if you can, of course, a lot of people will say, that's why you combo it with Dragonic Lawkeeper. Of course, it's still a bad choice, because this card is generally very bad. Because of its, it's very conditional, plus 3,000. Now your next card is Knight of Godspeed Galahad. He is also a ride chain, so he needs the other 3 in his Vanguard zone, and in his soul, or he loses 2k. Now, this is very unique to Paladins, because he is 11k Vanguard. He is 11k. But the drawback is he's bad because he needs the ride chain in order to have that 11k. Now his counterblast is counterblast 2. If you have 6 or more roll Paladin souls, this unit gains plus 3,000 power and plus 1 critical. So it's basically Gancelot's ability, except worse, and that's hard to accomplish. But of course, it's all for balancing sake, I guess, because if you had like plus 5,000. You can do it twice and be at 21, so that would be actually really good without any boost. So yeah, Knight of Godspeed, you get overlooked. I don't think you deserve too much spotlight, but a lot of people like running him. So next card is Arcbird. It's typical perfect guard for the dinosaur deck, Tachikaze, so not much to talk about here. Underworld Hypnotist, perfect guard for Pale Moon, not much to say. Mirror Demon. Now this card is similar to let's see, Nightmare. Oh no, I don't want to search other things. I have all the things I need in the tabs. No, why am I so bad at this game? No, where are you? I should have probably closed some of these tabs because I have like 20 tabs. No, fail, so much fail. I'm lagging. No, this can't be happening. Okay, who cares? All right, so Mirror Demon. His ability is when he hits, move him to the soul, counterblast 1, call anything else out. So, yeah, you can see the combos. You go attack with Alice, bring him back, attack with Mirror Demon, bring him back, attack with Alice, bring it back. Of course, no one's going to let you do that, but yes, that's basically how it's supposed to work. Now, Crimson Beast Tamer, very, very important card in Pale Moon, because when this card's in your soul, or if you have another copy of this in your soul, in the Vanguard zone, this card gains plus 3,000 power on your turn. So it's still an 8k on their turn, but it's okay, because this card, it helps power your Barking Manticore, which will gain plus 3k, as does Crimson Beast Tamer. Now, Turquoise Beast Tamer also benefits from this, but it's highly unlikely that she'll get it. Now, dead ass. Anyways, so moving on, Dusk Illusionist Robert. So here's a Soul Charger. At the beginning of your main phase, Soul Charge 1, look at the top card of your deck and choose to put it either at the top or bottom. Now, similar to CEO Amaterasu's ability, that is what it does. But instead of having a really broken other effect, his Mega Blast is send all of your opponent's grade 1 or lower rear guards into their soul. So basically anything 1 or lower into their soul. Pretty normal, okay. But this card doesn't gain plus 4,000 for no apparent reason. So, not nearly as good as Amaterasu, but still pretty good for Pale Moons. Now, next card is Doreen the Thruster. Similar to Young Pegasus Knight, when you have Soul Charge 1 card this turn, this unit gains plus 3,000, putting him up to 9k booster. This is Dark Irregular, so you can actually abuse this and have a really strong booster every turn, but it might cost you a bit of cards in your hand. I don't like running this card because I like running Little Amon, which is basically a 9k booster for Dark Irregular when you have 6 or more soul, which is a lot easier. Alright, so next card is March Hare of Nightmare Land. Dark Irregulars, perfect guard, simple as that. Win the Ripper, Berserk Dragon for Dark Irregulars. Counterblast 2, when this card is played in anywhere, retire 1 level 2 or lower rear guard. Simple, good effect. Yidel Rose, Gancelot of Dark Irregulars, except it's pretty, and if you don't think so, and I don't have a problem, go away. So, when you have Werewolf Zager in your soul, during that turn, this card gains plus 5k plus 1 crit if you counterblast 2. Reveal this card to search your deck for Werewolf Zager. Exactly the same as Gancelot, except Werewolf Zager is your 10k beater. Now, the next 2 cards I want to show. Oh my god, no, I'm such a scrub, because I accidentally deleted the other card that I had to look at, because I am a scrub. Anywho, I will just look for it later. So, some of the rares in this set, Death Army Guy, very good, very top tier for Nova Grapplers, you definitely need it. When a grade 3 Nova Grappler is revealed in your Vanguard's drive check, stand this unit. Simple as that. Check a grade 3, it stands. Now, look at his awesome art. He says, talk to the hand. Now, this guy, and along with his female counterpart, Death Army Lady, a 9k that does exactly the same. Now, these two deserve some spotlight because even now, when people run Perfect Riser or Azure Dragon or Azure Beasts, they still use this because it is by far one of the best rear guards in the game. They can stand themselves as long as you check a grade 3. If you have an Tachikaze and something in front of this, you check a grade 3, Tachikaze stands something in front, and Death Army Guy stands by himself. You get a full new attack. Now, this might sound broken to a lot of people. I'm going to check if anyone says this card is broken. Never mind, I found it. What set is this in? Pair was the Shy Girl, let the pair begin. Lucas Iron Giant. Blah blah blah. Oh, this card is also hacks. The first one was Lady. Okay. So, yeah. No one says the card is broken. So, it's for a very good reason. It's not that broken because it doesn't gain any extra power boost. It's just a really good card. Very, very good rare. I was surprised that it wasn't a rare. I was surprised that it would be like a double or something. I'm glad it wasn't. So, this is Chan from DifferenceInSkill bringing you set 3 and or set 4 cards for talk. Basically, I went over all the triple rares and the double rares, and some of the rares that I thought had to be mentioned, like Death Army Guy, for example. So, I hope you guys enjoy this stuff, since I have played through the meta. This is called the Paladins format, and this format sucked, because no one played anything but Paladins, and Paladins just rocked the format. They don't need Soul Savior Dragon. That Paladins has the Soul Savior Dragon just to exist. Anywho, so this is Chan from DifferenceInSkill, bringing you cards for talk, set 3. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy these things. I'll probably do one for every set that comes out. And yeah.